All right, today's lesson we're going to talk about multiplying positive and negative fractions. It'll be on page 27 of your notes. And today's date is 9/12 of 17. Okay, once you have that written, please turn to page 27. And at the top, multiplying positive and negative fractions. All right, multiplying positive and negative fractions. First, we have to talk about multiplying fractions. Mainly, the thing to remember is that you do not need a common denominator. Okay, you only need a common denominator when adding or subtracting fractions. So now that we're talking about multiplying fractions, you do not need the common denominator. For example, if you are multiplying a half times a fourth, okay, I don't need a common denominator. And at this point, we multiply straight across. So on a different color, let me put, we are multiplying, oops, let me start over. Multiplying straight across. And that's on both top and bottom. Okay, when you do that, 1 times 1 becomes 1, and 2 times 4 becomes 8. And so your answer would be 1/8. If for any reason that you would need to reduce at this point, that would be the next step. So you would simplify if needed. All right. So multiplying fractions, you don't need a common denominator. The first step is to multiply straight across and then simplify if needed. Let's look at another example. What if I have 2/3 times 1/4? Okay. Again, the first step is to multiply straight across. So 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. And then you would simplify. 2 and 12 can both be reduced by 2 to get 1/6. And so your answer would be 1/6. Now there's another way of simplifying before you actually multiply. Let me go ahead and show you an example like that. Okay, let me adjust so you can see. So the next example, I'm going to do the same one above so that we already know the outcome, but we're doing the simplification before we actually multiply straight across. And this is called reducing diagonally. So we do 2/3 times 1/4. I recognize that 2 and 4 can both be reduced by 2, and that is on a diagonal. I typically make my hash marks for reducing going the direction that I am reducing. If it was going this way, I would make my hash mark here. Okay, 2 and 4 both can be reduced by a division of 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the first step here is that I reduced diagonally. All right, so we're reducing diagonally first on this one. So this is the simplifying if needed at the end. But instead of simplifying at the end, we're basically simplifying within the problem before doing anything else. So if you reduce diagonally first, the second step is to multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 and then 3 times 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And I get the same answer as 1/6. Okay, so now that we have the basics of multiplying fractions, so we're reducing either at the end or before, and then either multiplying straight across first or straight across second. Now we're going to apply it to positive or negatives in class.